Alright guys, I'm Terry Vick. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things sort of, we need new heroes, and discernment is a channel talking about how we need to discern truth from fiction, and the heroes that we've had in the past are a lot of times they're gone, and we have to learn to step up and be the heroes that we want to be. Anyway, iconic. The rugged style movement, the men's vintage military clothing rugged style movement. Okay, folks, very easy. This, with the shearling, is a bomber jacket. Okay. A bomber jacket. It's actually a coat meant to be worn by air crews in very high altitudes and planes with little to no protection. This on the hanger is a bomber jacket. I'll put them on. You know what I'm talking about. This is a Navy flight jacket. The terms are not interchangeable. The Top Gun jacket is a flying jacket or flight jacket. It is not a bomber jacket, despite the pop culture using the terms interchangeably when they are used for the same purpose. You wear them when you're in an airplane, whether you're an officer or an enlisted flyer, and they're designed to enhance your comfort in cold conditions, and they slightly predate, well, they go back to World War I. Really came into their own between the wars. The popular versions that everyone loves are World War II inspired. This is one of two vintage ones I have. This is the one with the beautiful coloring on the collar. Flight jacket, another one I showed in the previous video. All right, so this is going to be a jump cut, because the last you saw, I was reaching for the jacket, and now I'm here with the jacket in my hand. Magic of video. The jacket didn't want to come off the hook. Got the grommet here. These are known as G1 flight jackets. M422, then G1 after World War II was over. And as I said, this type of garment originated basically between World War I and World Wars I and II, when leather was the only game in town concerning any sort of outdoor equipment, safety equipment. And it's leather. It's fairly durable. You keep it, you take care of it, the longer it lasts. Now that's true of everything, but leather was the only game in town, and they made some pretty handsome jackets. And people I think were a little bit more slender at the time. And this is the design that, of course, seen in Top Gun. Funny fact, whatever. Put this on. This one fits me better than this one. And neither of these are the version that I owned while I was in. I've sold that. And I'll put a photo of that up as the thumbnail and show that in a minute. These were made during the war under various contracts, and some are easily authenticated, some are not. They're different minor features from different generations of the G1 jacket. Most notably is, and of course you won't be able to see that. Let's see that perforation, USN, United States Navy. So that denotes a series from a specific time period made by the various contractors. And so I think it's the 50s, the Korean War onto a modern era sort of thing. And the ones that won't have that perforation might actually be M422 jackets from World War II, might all have that. And then World War II jackets in this area of the collar, and you can see how rugged these are with the stitching. You see that? You can see that? Probably not. It'll have USN in black block letters on the back of it. Another thing that separates these flyer jackets, which were worn by all aircrew. If you were an officer, you were issued one at the beginning of flight school, or a naval flight officer, which is not a pilot. It's an officer that has a specific role or mission in an aircraft that doesn't involve actually controlling the aircraft, or enlisted. These were something that's common, and oddly enough, I don't know of any aviators that wear these frequently, interestingly enough. But another difference of this versus other flight jackets versions, this has, let's get some damage. This is the real deal. This is a vintage jacket. It's got this feature in the back where it's several different pieces that allow you to swim should you have to. Buy swing back, which now will probably get you flagged for being woke, especially when you use it in regards to a military garment. But there's a flat, long back piece that only extends to the shoulders, and then there's this area here that's separating the back from the arm, so you have more freedom of movement. Okay, so you can stroke and swim without it pulling and deforming while you're trying to do the movement, because it's a jacket for people flying over the water. There's the US Navy, United States Marine Corps, Coast Guard, any of the armed forces, armed services where they're flying over water. And that's a unique feature of these, along with the famous collars, which of course are for you when it's cold, collar up things. I mean, some of these features are fairly obvious, but it makes for a very handsome and practical item that's kind of the spearhead for the modern men's rugged style movement. And I'd say it's the most desirable and often most talked about. And again, most civilians, people who've never served, just refer to it as the Top Gun jacket. And these require care, though. They're very beautiful. The detailing on this, it's easy to understand why these really have become the sort of the poster child, along with bomber jackets, of the sort of Americana vintage sort of energy, vibe, movement that people get into, because the design, even though totally practical, there's nothing about these that was really meant to be handsome. They're so inspirational in the post-war era in different jackets, baseball jackets, and people use the term bomber jacket now to describe sort of any slender cut, tight in the shoulders sort of cut that came out of, American popular culture post-war, World War II. And I've got other jackets that will fit that sort of definition, but it's just, of course, we've got the pockets, the zipper. People collect these and get quite specific about the various features. And I wear this, I wear mine two bombers, and I've owned several quite often. And these are every bit as great as they're cracked up to be, as far as casual wear, classic men's casual wear. Incidentally, within the military, they were replaced very quickly in the Air Force, actually. That's another thing, by these. And that's my actual Navy squadron. If you see that? White patches. The nylon and Nomex jacket, because nylon and Nomex is much more resistant to fire, lighter, warmer. It's actually technically superior to leather, but these beget this. Now again, in the Navy and the Marine Corps and whatnot, you're still issued a leather jacket out of tradition and whatnot, but this is actually what you wear practically. You will find people that wear this in the military, but this has sort of just become an item for the ages, and that's a good thing, because there's the leather. As you can see, this one is really noisy too. It makes all that noise. The other one doesn't do that. And of course, this one makes no noise because it's Nomex. But if you can hear that, it's hilarious. And I do my best to keep this one lubricated. I probably will put patches on this that reflect my actual naval career and put this on the market for sale on eBay within the next couple of days. And I'll make another video with this featuring the patches and how I've modified it. This one doesn't do that. I'll put this one on and then I'll end the video. I just wanted to sort of touch on that. This one off. Incredibly noisy. Yeah, I've got mink oil and other leather preservatives and lubricants that I put on that. And it's made by a different manufacturer. It's slightly thinner, but still very rugged leather. It's vintage, it's at least Vietnam era. But this is the one that gets, I think, the most attention because, of course, it's got that. See, nothing. Doesn't fit quite as well Doesn't flatter me quite as well, but that's okay. That's why I'm going to the gym. It doesn't hang quite as well, but it's got the collar. No noise. Different era. Same basic government contract, but just the most minor details, including the leather, I guess, has been more taken care of. And I wear this way more. This has been exposed to more rain than that one. But yeah, they're just a lot of fun. You just feel so cool when you've got one that fits. And I don't think I'll patch this one up. I'm going to get another one with this collar feature that's brand new, and I'll get into replicas of vintage gear in another video. Replicas are the way to go for the future. This appeals to, and that's because these appeal to a different type of person than like your Ralph Lauren collector. Ralph Lauren makes a replica G1 bomber jacket that's quite beautiful, but also at the same time kind of costumey. It's a weird thing, but it's hard to do. It's hard to, do these in a way that feel right and have the look, the features that you would want desirable wise, but don't look like you're gonna, trick-or-treating or something. And that's why I stick with the old ones, but I have found a replica that I think is beautiful, and I'll be purchasing that soon, and I'll make a video with the replica and these vintage ones, comparing and contrasting them. So look forward to that. And yeah, just another fun video with some of my vintage leather pieces. All right. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Be the hero you need to be.